Okay, I don't know if anyone is here yet, but hey, how's the audio? Is that some good old-fashioned audio for you? I forgot to do the say that I'm going to be on Livestream on Instagram, so I'm going to do that really quick. That'll give everyone a chance to be here because I'm 15 minutes late. Audio's good? I think Ethan's going to jump up here and ruin everything. Let's see. Starting that connection there. No one's on here yet, so I'll just wait for that to cook. So hey everybody, good night, I guess. It is 8:45 in Philly, so I am 15 minutes late to my own live stream. But if you are watching on Instagram, I have the whole live stream up on YouTube. I just wanted to let you guys know, so you didn't miss out, because I forgot to do that. I usually do that. So, head on over to my YouTube channel if you're just here from Instagram. My YouTube is linked in my bio. Hope to see you there. Sorry you guys had to see that. So hey guys, my air conditioner is on. I don't know if we are hearing it and it's bothering us. I'm not sure. But I just wanted to, first of all, thank everybody who was at the live stream last week. I want to, like I said before, start doing these more often. So I do want to encourage you guys to, and I'm about to say it, click the bell, because that will give you a push notification that the live stream is about to happen. I'm going to try to be a lot better about going on Instagram Live first to let you guys know, and putting out a lot of notifications that I'm about to do it. If you follow me on Twitter, I do a lot of quick updates on there. I don't know if Twitter is something that you guys use all the time or if it's dead to you. But ooh. But yeah, I don't know. So I also wanted to introduce some new stuff on here. Oh my goodness. So I wanted to introduce some new incentives in live. So I think you guys are familiar with the super chat. Super chat is pretty cool because it puts your comment, it highlights your comment, and you can write whatever you want in there and it gets highlighted. I hope people will use it responsibly. So far, I trust you guys. You guys are a really chill audience. So I'm going to start highlighting super chats from the previous week and then putting them in the description for the current week, so you can kind of see the previous week. I didn't announce it, so there's only 2 messages down there. So super chat is a feature that YouTube just started maybe a couple months ago. I've been talking with my YouTube manager, and he told me to boost up the super chat, so I just wanted to, make a little I guess announcement about it. And then if you do anything with super chat, I have I guess, incentives for maybe the, like, top 3 or just, like, top super chats. And then your super chat will also be featured for the next week. So I have some incentives, I guess. Ethan, stop it. You're so bad. So I have my Bronco pin, and then a Quicken pin, and then stickers. So yeah, super chat's a cool way to just, like, support your favorite creator, or, you know, write your message and have your message out there. I guess if you, like, want it to boost yourself or just, like, write something nice, you can do that, and I will be featuring that. And then, like, top super chats, you can, like, leave, I guess, your information, how you want to be contacted, or I can also contact you through YouTube. And then once a week, I want to give away, like, a pin and then a sticker. So that's gonna be, like, a new thing, but yeah, I mean, I have been talking to my YouTube manager for the last couple weeks now, and he's been teaching me how to use Livestream, because if you guys know, like, all of my live streams, like, I hope they, like, increase and I, like, learn how to use the features more and more each time. So are you going to answer anyone's questions? Everyone's asking what super chat is, and you're ignoring all of us. I just wanted to get my spiel out there. So super chat is a feature over on the sidebar, and you can click it, and I'm sure it'll walk you through how to use it. I'm not able to currently click it, but yeah. So if you click it, I'm sure it'll walk you through how to use it. I'm kind of just reading off of what the YouTube manager said. Anyway, that aside, that's the spiel on the super chat, and then I want to start doing, like, weekly giveaways on my channel as well, and that's where these are where they'll take place. So I don't have these stickers for sale, and I don't have I actually don't have any pins for sale right now, and the Bronco pins never went on sale. So I feel like the Bronco is kind of like a symbol of my channel, and just, like, something that, like, I don't know, there's a lot of videos that take place inside of the Bronco. There's, like, a lot of talk about the Bronco, and there's even the Bronco in my YouTube banner. So I actually had these Bronco pins made last year, and then never got around to selling them, just because as like an independent creator, selling my Quicken pins was, like, a big learning curve. Like, I never really knew how much time and effort and, like, physical, I don't know, I was, like, so exhausted by the end of, like, the Quicken pins, and then, like, some of them got lost. I sold them around Christmas, so I think, like, the mail just ate a percentage of them. So after that, you know, I had these made around the same time and received them around the same time, and then just, like, never sold these. I'm just, like, I have a bunch of these at my house, and I was, like, it was really difficult for me to sell these. So I think, like, I would have to talk to somebody who, like, does it really well, because I was, like, hand writing out all of the envelopes, and I think just, like, there was so much, like, yield for error that by the end of it, I was just, like, super exhausted. So that is the story with the Bronco pin. I just have a bunch of them. When I, like, run into people, usually I'll give them out. Like, I got a question on my Tumblr today that was, like, do you like when people approach you, or are you, like, you don't like it? And I think, like, I made a video where I was like, I don't like when people approach me about my tattoos. But I think in that sense, I meant I don't like when strangers approach me about my tattoos. I never meant, like, if one of my subscribers, like, sees me out and about, I would be really resistive to it. I think, you know, if you've ever met me, and definitely make some noise in the group chat if you've actually met me, I like meeting people. So yeah. So if I ever run into somebody, I generally, like, have something on me. At least I try to, unless I ran into you, like, at the supermarket, like, at midnight. But I try to have these in my purse all the time. So if you've ever asked me, like, why can't I buy these? Generally, these are, like, I just had these made, to, like, have on hand, or, like, I guess have as, like, little gifts or whatever. So if you've never seen them, they look like this. It's me and Ethan. And I have a paper bird pin. Ethan, jeez. Well, now there's no Bronco pin. How'd you do that so fast? Alright, that's really gone. Well, oh. Get along there. So yeah, I actually, like, I really don't mind, like, being approached or anything like that. I think it's cool. So I tend to have these stickers, and then, you know, I have so many of these, I thought it would be cool, you know, to have, like, little incentives for the live chats if they, like, now that they're going to become a regular thing. So that's what I wanted to say and get out there for everybody. If you are saying in the group chat that you ordered a pin and never received it, please message me somehow, in some way. Especially if your pin, you know, you didn't get it around Christmas. I think that there was, I know one girl, I ended up having to send her 2 pins because she had the address sent to her dorm and then moved back home for Christmas. Like, there was a ton of error. And I think, like, when maybe if I do get around to selling the Bronco pins or, like, the Quick and Flash sheet, I will not do it near Christmas. That was really, really hectic. And I worked with, like, a private shipping company, and there was only one address that they messed up. So, I don't know, I really tried my super best. So definitely hit me up privately if you are still waiting for a Quicken pin so I can resolve that immediately. I did everything by hand and then brought all the packages to someone to ship, so the only thing I could guarantee is that they went into the mail. But even if the address was off by a number, you know, it might just be lost, so definitely let me know. So I'm just trying to read the group chat a little bit here. I'm going to be doing Vlogmas. I'm going to try to do Vlogmas. Oh, my battery. 1 second. Here's Ethan. Alright, sorry about that. That was scary. We almost lost power. Ethan's stream now. What was I just saying? Oh yeah, so I'll be doing Vlogmas, and I hope to do as much of that as possible this year. I think last year I kind of slept on it because I went super hard last October. I would love a Quicken tour. I'm back home from college finally and I want to meet you so bad. You're definitely my older sister in my head. So, I would love to do that. So this last weekend, my friend Alexa came to visit, and she came from Toronto. She's actually super cool. So she was just traveling. She did some like photo shoots in New York and then came to Philly. And so she came to Philly from New York. It's really cool. I was at an art show on Friday and she like met me there. And she just like crashed, and it's the first time anybody stayed here. So that was really cool. It was cool to like almost like play roommate and like have somebody at the house. So I was like really inspired by her. I mean, she traveled with like very little money and like kind of like up in the air accommodations, and she was just confident, and she was like, yeah, I'll just come from Canada to America and come and stay with Quickened. And I was like, hell yeah. It was super cool. Like, I came home from work Saturday and just like whipped us up a dinner. Then we went out. We like got caught in the rain. We were supposed to go to goth night, but after she got caught in the rain, she just like wanted to like cuddle up and stuff, and like I don't blame her. So it was cool to have somebody in the house, and I kind of decorated and like bought furniture with the functionality of like being able to host. And this is the first time I hosted anybody, like, at all. Like, even when my brother comes to stay, he usually just, like, leaves and stays with his cousins. He just, like, comes here to eat and then goes to stay with his cousins. So it was cool. I hosted her for, like, 4 days. And, you know, she did her own thing, and I had work, like, most of the time. And we actually filmed an episode of Tattoo Talk Tuesday together. And I didn't, like, want her to feel like we had to. It was, like, late Monday by the time we decided to do it. And we kind of did it because I got a bunch of requests, too, because I was, like, posting pictures of her. Like, I was stoked that she was here. And, like, I was, like, super excited to just have somebody so close in my space. And hosting is always really fun. I mean, my old roommate used to host couch surfers all the time, so we always had guests, and having a guest is like just an excuse to be a tourist in your own city. It was super cool. So I don't know, I was super glad that she was here, and it's cool to just, like, accommodate somebody and have them in your space and just be like, oh, do you want to try my shampoo? And do you want to do this and that? And she's vegan, so it was just badass. And, like, even, like, walking around my neighborhood, I think, you know, she's a model. It just, like, brought a ton of attention to us, but it was super fun to just, like, show her around and just, like, go grocery shopping together. So cool. So, yeah, I don't know. What exactly does goth night entail? So, one of the women from Barnet Fair, my salon, she's a DJ in Philadelphia, and like twice a month, she just like has a DJ set where she plays like all these, I guess, like goth type music records that she has in her collection. And it's really cool. She has like a really, really hefty collection of things. Last week she had like a punk night of just like old punk music that she has. So it's pretty cool. Like, so she'll play some like goth music, like, you know, she'll play some like Depeche Mode, and she'll play The Cure, and she'll play a lot of stuff like that, like kind of electronic. And I don't know, it's usually like it'll be at a bar that has like a stage or like a dance area. It's not always at the same bar. So yeah, I'll just go, and usually like I'll put something out on my Instagram if like you guys want to go. And yeah, I just like have a few drinks and just dance all night. I think goth music's really easy to dance to. I've never been to like a club. Like even just like I've never been to a club or like a techno night or like any of those like big dancing like DJ events. I don't know the name. So whenever she hosts goth night, I try to go. You know, she has a really good taste in music. She does all the playlists for Barnet Fair too. So sometimes I'm like, oh, I already heard this set, but it's cool. I love the music at Barnet Fair. I go there and I'm like, I'm in my zone. It's so much better than like the Pandora I used to listen to at my old salon that like every day at like 3 o'clock you knew you were going to listen to the same song over and over. I do kind of dance like the kids on South Park, like I'm not gonna lie, but it's kind of not like that. You like, every song is different and every beat is different, kind of just like, I don't know. I usually have a ton of fun. And whenever like any of you guys show up, I'm just like super stoked. So if you see any, I'll like always keep you guys informed if there's another goth night, because I try to go to them. They're like usually only like $5. So why not? The Lowe's cat. Okay, so if you watched my vlog today, I posted a vlog around like 11 o'clock my time today. And so I posted a vlog earlier today, and at the end of the vlog, we find a cat. The cat actually was spayed today. It was a stray. Like, a lot of people asked if it was, if we got the microchip checked, and Kay took it to the vet today to like have all that rundown and whatever. And I guess she's like picking him up after work today. So he's cool. He lives at Kay's house, and she loves him. Not to spoil the vlog for you if you guys haven't seen it. Check out that vlog if you'd like. Kay is a mom now. Kay is definitely like, I don't know, there's kind of like this feel in Philly where when you run into a stray cat, you're like, shit, I have to fucking keep this thing. And Ethan was a stray. Like, I wasn't looking for a cat when I found Ethan, but the second Ethan came into my life, I was like, shit, I have a cat now. And I actually was walking like past the handyman's house the other day, and I saw this beautiful cat that was like this like dark chocolate brown, which I feel like I don't see a lot of cats that color. And then like right here was white. And when I saw that cat, I was like, shit, that's my new cat. I have to take that cat home. So I like, you know, got ready to pick it up, and it ran away. So I chased it for like a little while, and then it ran into like a car wash that was off for the night. And I was like, all right, I can't go in there. It's haunted. But what's the hardest part about owning a cat? Is it difficult in an apartment? So I think one of the hardest parts about Ethan in the apartment is that he does get restless. He was really excited when my friend was here over the weekend. He was in a really good mood, like someone hung out with him all day. But he definitely does get restless. Like, even today I was making my breakfast, and he just like wouldn't leave me alone. So I just like turned off my stove and just like walked over to the living room and played with him with like a toy on a stick. So I don't know, he definitely does get restless, and I keep thinking that like I should get another cat to like wear him out, but then I'm like, I don't know if I should do that. So I'm sorry, I'm trying to read the live chat and talk at the same time. So thanks, Chloe, living for the live streams. Love you, Quicken. Thank you. And then Allison said, super excited that I got to catch some of the live stream before work. Thanks for inspiring me to make a zine. You're totally welcome. I'm super stoked. going through the live stream here. The chat goes really fast, so if you said something and I didn't see it, just know that it wasn't on purpose. So Julia said, would you ever think about doing a meetup in other areas of PA? Erie, areas of PA, Erie, Pittsburgh, State College, or even another one in Philly. By the way, love my Bronco pin. Great find in Pittsburgh on New Year's Eve. Alright, that's super cool. So, I'm actually talking to my friend Caitlin right now about going to Pittsburgh. I'm trying to, like, find a ride up there, because from Philly to Pittsburgh is about like a 6 to 8 hour drive, and on Megabus it's about 10 hours. So I think if I can find a ride there, that would be really cool. I haven't seen my friend for a while. The last time I saw her was Joanna Newsom tour when I stayed in Chicago, which was actually on an episode of Vlogmas. So you might know her from there if you've been here for a while. So I think when I go to Pittsburgh, she wants me to interview her for Tattoo Talk Tuesday, which is really, really cool. I think our episode together is going to be super dope. And the last time I was in Pittsburgh, I had a scavenger hunt where I hid Bronco pins around Pittsburgh. So I think when I go to see her, I'm definitely going to have another scavenger hunt. I try to have a scavenger hunt whenever I go to another city, which never happens because I don't go anywhere. But just know if I go anywhere, I'm going to bring like packages to hide and everything like that. So if I go there, I'll definitely ask her, because when she still lived in Chicago, I had planned on visiting her and we were going to do like a mini meetup. So, yeah, you might be a mutual with her on Twitter. I love following her on Twitter. So, I'm going to stay with her. She just got an apartment in Pittsburgh, and I love Pittsburgh so much. I love going there. It's just the drive is kind of hectic. So, I think if I would be going to Pittsburgh, it would be around November. So, I could definitely ask to do a meetup, but I would have to be with her, so I would just have to see. I mean, when you're friends with somebody in real life, sometimes it's hard to be like, oh, by the way, can we do like this Quicken thing? But I think you guys would all really love her, so I think she would be totally down to have a meetup anyway. I don't know Pittsburgh like super well, so I don't know where a good meetup spot would be. But I would love to do that. It's something that's always on my mind. I really want to do a meetup in Philly too. I just have to get organized. Barnet Fair, my salon, they do this thing called Second Saturday. You might know, you may have heard of First Friday if your city celebrates that. So Barnet Fair is doing Second Saturday, and they said I could host an art show there. So I was thinking about doing that. So if I figure out how to host like an art show at Second Saturday, I'll invite all of you guys. Sorry, I'm just trying to catch up with the chat here. Sorry. I don't know if you ever mentioned it, but do you know what inspired the name Barnet Fair? So Barnet Fair is Cockney slang for like getting your hair cut, which is like I don't want to mess it up, but I read an article about it, and it's like they would use rhyming slang, and I guess Barnet Fair rhymes with like, I don't know, your hair. So Josie created the name, but that's what she told me, and that it's just like a rhyming slang. I've never heard anybody with like using that kind of slang in real life. I only know it like, oh, so Barnet means a hairdo in the UK. So yeah. So that's what it's about. I think it's really cool. There's not a lot of salons in Philly that have like kind of outrageous names. I was watching a previous live chat and saw your zine. Made me curious if you were doing another. So I am actually in the works of doing another zine right now. You may have seen like the last 2 days I've been posting some old poems on my Instagram, and I kind of post them like LOL, look at this poem, but I used to have an iPod Touch and just like haven't turned it on for the last couple years, but I used to use it like before I had a computer or had access to a computer. It's the only thing I had. So there's a ton of writing on there and a ton of short stories and a ton of photos. And I think it's like about time that I come and make a new zine and actually like print copies of them. My last zine, I only made 6 copies of it, and I gave them all away. Like, I didn't even keep one for myself. So now that those are all gone, I think it's time that I like learned from it and now like sat down and created a zine with like short stories and stuff in it. So any tips for those of us who want to start a zine? So I think if you know what you want your zine to be about, like mine is mostly writing focused and I want to have photography in my next zine. I think if you know what it's going to be about, just gathering what you can on that subject matter. If it's to teach somebody something, or if it's to just showcase some art that you created, you want to figure out what the direction of your zine is going to be. Like, mine is all works, like writing works that I've created. So once I gather like all the content for it, then it's figuring out how you want to publish it. You can go online and find people who will publish your books or print your books really, really cheap. But then you have to have money at first in order to like create that yield. I had a friend, he just made like a really small run graffiti zine. It's like right out of my reach. And he had it printed. He just like Googled like cheap printing, and it looks just like it looks like he handmade it. You know, it's like bound with staples and stuff, but you can find companies online that'll print your stuff really cheap, but then you have to format it online in a way that's like more professional. Like, he used Photoshop, and I don't know how to use Photoshop in order to create a book. So I tried to teach myself InDesign, and that was hard as shit, so I gave up really quickly. And like, I'm not proud of that. I gave up learning Adobe Premiere like 8 different times before I had no choice. So I think if I just sit down and relearn InDesign and cancel my subscription to Microsoft Word, why am I paying $10 a month for that shit? Would anyone want to make a collaborative Quack Nude zine? That would be super chill. I'd love to submit content to a zine too. Right now I submitted a poem to Love Hate Zine, which is in pre-sale right now. So if you go to Katie Thurk's Instagram, you can buy it pre-sale, and there is a Quicken poem in there. Yeah, InDesign, it was really hard. And I watched like a ton of tutorials on it, and I played around with it, and that's what Katie Thurk said that she used for Love Hate Zine, and she hit me up and she was like, stick with it and then you'll figure it out. And that never happened. Are you still washing your stuff by hand? Yes. Do you have an update on the Quicken Flash? So my Quicken Flash was created by Michael Sweater. It's finished, but he said that the way he formatted the, like he did the page, but he said the way it's formatted that it's not ready to print, that he has to reformat it. And he's been like killing it, so I do not want to bother him. He just like, his book, I think he posted something today that his book almost completely sold out. He said someone from Jawbreaker bought one of his comics. I'm just like super stoked on him, and I don't want to bother him with some stuff that like, I don't know. He also created an enamel pin, a Quicken enamel pin, so that's super tight. I'm gonna get a like, I guess I'm getting that made. I definitely want to like meet up with him and like drink a cup of coffee with him in real life before I get started on any of this stuff, and just like see his face, because like doing stuff back and forth through email with your own like flesh and blood friend is hard. So I just want to see him. I miss him so much. So the flash sheet is done. I guess I could show it to you guys. I don't know if I should. What email does Mike use these days? I miss Mike so much. Alright, this is loading. I would use my own photography in the zine that I'm coming out with soon, but, I just have so many photos, and I've taken so many photos. I've, like, very precisely documented my entire life, very meticulously so, to the point where I'm like, did I miss out on anything? Taking all these fucking photos? But there's a ton of stuff that, like, just doesn't have a place on Instagram, or doesn't have a place on my, I almost said Zanga, on my Tumblr. So I feel like a zine would be a great place to do that. There's just like so much stuff I see that I don't know, that don't belong anywhere. Let's see how this works. So here is the flash sheet. I like how it says for an old friend. It makes me cry. And then Mike has a separate file for that flower to be an enamel pin. So, thank you, Allison Lawson. Hearts for you too. Yeah, the beehive is super cool. Oh, Ethan is so asleep right now. I love the beehive and the snake. And the scissors. It's so cool. So, Mike is the best. Samantha Kitty, are you ever going to update your phone? Once this one breaks, I guess. I don't know. I'm definitely that guy who's like, well, my phone still works, even though it's this. But this, like, fits in my hand, too. I don't know. Other phones are big. I know, I love the beehive. Yeah, Ethan is totally asleep. So I think when I come out with my next zine, I think once I can figure out, like, how to use a computer program in order to create it, it's just, like, having it printed, and that would be fine. I'd probably make, like, 100 of them. So, I don't know. His little hand is shaking. Need that flash on my wall. Yeah, I'm super excited. I love it so much. Let me know if you have the original Quicken Flash. That shit was tight. Yeah, I wish I took a Photoshop class in school too, but it's changed so much. So Gbree says, I love your live streams and your videos. Thank you so much. I'm super stoked to be, like, back on track with my videos. I know my friends staying for the weekend kind of, like, push things back a day. It's kind of crazy because I had a Tattoo Talk Tuesday ready to go. And Ashley Love, if you know her, she was a contributor to this week's Tattoo Talk Tuesday, which is, like, super crazy. I didn't even know that she watched my videos. And then she hit me up in my DMs and was talking to me about my Tegaderm video. And she was like, this is where you went wrong. And I was like, thank you. I shouldn't have dove into it. I was just eager to try it. So, Ashley Love contributed some thoughts on the topic. And then I just, like, didn't have time to post it. So, next week and the week after that, Tattoo Talk Tuesday is going to be super lit with another interview, and then Ashley Love being, like, allowing me to quote her in the next video. So, yeah, the flash sheet you can get tattoos off of, for sure. I asked Mike when him and I were talking back and forth about, like, a Quicken Flash sheet, because I asked him to do one, like, 3 years ago. And he said, yeah, that's what flash sheets are for. So yeah, if you get the flash sheet, by all means. I would love a Mike King tattoo. I really, really want one. So the OG Quicken Flash sheet, it's actually the banner for my YouTube channel that was made for sale. I think like we only made like 20 or 25 of them, so they're pretty rare, I guess, in the sense of things, but they were also from like 3 or 4 years ago, so I didn't have that many subscribers then, so the demand would kind of like met the need. I mean, if there was I don't know if I would ever have them reprinted. I don't want to, like, take away from the people who bought them right away. Ethan is touching me. Yeah, it's been a pretty long time since that first Quicken Flash sheet. And it's been pretty cool. Yeah, so a couple years ago, around Halloween, there was a Quiet Cool Kid contest, and it was actually really, really cool. The hashtag still exists. And it was just like create some Quicken inspired art or anything that like gets you creative. Quiet Cool contest. So if you ever look up this hashtag, Quiet Cool contest, you can see that like there was a ton of like really cool contributions on here. Some really dope stuff. And then Aurora's 1. And that's the original flash sheet there. Super dope. I high-key think of you as a sister. Thank you so much. I cry. I'm super stoked to be able to just like talk to you guys about the stuff I know. Whatever that is. Sorry, I'm trying to read the group chat at the same time. It's hard. Like, the window that the live stream is in is a different window than the group chat, and they need to be like overlapped. Ryan Little in the group chat. What is up? If you guys don't know Ryan Little, I use his music in almost every single one of my videos. I'm super excited. Like, right away I got linked up with somebody who just makes the music I love. I think about you. Do you like when people call you mom, or does it bother you? Not at all. Also, I only call Josie mom, so I hope it doesn't bother her as well. So yeah, if you make YouTube videos, definitely check out Ryan Little. Put his music in your video and give him credit. Oh, the crow. So I got this spooky crow from AC Moore. I just got some like picture frames and stuff, and all the Halloween decorations at AC Moore were 40% off. So the crow came with a base, and Ethan like really did not like that crow when I had it on the base. He was like being super weird about it, so now he just lives up there. And that's the story of the spooky crow. I'm sure that they sell these crows like everywhere. It's like a pretty generic dude. I haven't gone completely like Halloween shopping yet, so just that so far, and my pumpkin. And then I also have this from the old house. Ethan is so asleep. So I feel like there was other things I really wanted to address tonight specifically, as well as like read the group chat. I did open things up on Twitter. But yeah. Heidi Kenny has blankets on Society 6. So I have some prints from Heidi Kenny from Society 6, and I also have a ton of her plushes. I wanted to get, she has like a Halloween print blanket, but I just told myself that it's like a ton of Heidi Kenny stuff. If I lived in a home where I could like spread it out, I think it would make more sense. But even in this room alone, there's so much Heidi Kenny stuff that I told myself I had to stop. Never too much Heidi Kenny. So Becca said, everything you do is super inspiring, and I hope to be as cool as you. Thank you so much. I mean, I know it's cheesy, and I know when anybody ever says it, they say, I know it's cheesy, but being authentic and just like finding a place for myself in this world has just been, I don't know, the only thing I could ever advise you guys to do is to like make space for yourself and like what makes you you. And I got a message the other day that like really put me in a bad mood. I had to like text somebody to like text myself out of it. And sometimes I tell myself like not to check my messages while I'm at work in case I see something that will hurt my feelings. And then I like forget that I tell myself that, so I read it. And the message was like, I love you, girl, but I hate the way that you think that you're so special and different when really you're just doing normal everyday things. And I was thinking about it, and it really hurt my feelings because I was like, I'm definitely not, like, pushing and, like, trying to be, like, so crazy. Like, look at me, I'm so crazy. And the day I got the message, I couldn't help but, like, I was trying to think, like, what weird thing that I do today that probably to me is really normal, but maybe someone thought I was trying too hard. And I was thinking it had to do with, like, the cart. Because, like, I swear, when I'm, like, walking around with that cart, I feel kind of weird. So I think, like, maybe I was walking around with that cart and, like, posted a picture of myself, like, with it. And someone was like, you don't have to be quirky, you can just be normal. And I remember thinking, like, I don't know. And the message starts off with, I love you, but. And I'm just like, you don't. It's time for you to unsubscribe. It's time for you to unsubscribe if you're watching a Quicken video and you're like, that dude is trying so fucking hard and it's making my blood boil and I'm typing out a message that's going to ruin her day on purpose. Ooh. So, going back to, like, my original thought, you know, being authentic has its pros and cons. And there's definitely people who don't want you to be authentic. They want you to be something else. And it's so strange because it was like, they were like, you don't have to be this person. You can be normal. And I remember thinking, like, how do I dull myself down so I never get another message like this ever again? Like, what do I do to, like, stay off a person's radar where they're like, you're being quirky on fucking purpose? And I'm just like, my boss used to call me quirky and it triggers me now. So I don't know. So I think, you know, if you're watching my content and you're like, oh, like, I wish I could be like you, just, there's so much room for you to be like you. There's just a ton of people who, like, feel really weird about it. And I don't get it. I don't get what it is. And, like, I know why my old boss called me quirky, and it was probably because I was the first person he ever met who, like, didn't eat eggs. So he was like, what a fucking freak. But to us, it's like, we know people who don't eat eggs. So in that respect, I was like, oh, that's okay. Like, maybe I'm just a person who is different in that sense. But you can't just, like, go around at this point, 2017, and be like, you don't do something that is cultural norm. It's like, what are you holding on to? What is cultural norm? Like, relax. So, I don't know. But to get a message, you know, I left that job because I was like, I'm a circus freak here, but when I go home, I'm completely normal and pay my bills and have responsibilities and, like, have a fulfilling social life, kind of. So when you put me out to be, like, some sideshow freak at work, when I'm just, like, they're, like, pointing and they're like, she's weird, and I'm literally folding towels, like, what did I do? Because I was late holding a coffee? So, you know, to get that message, like, a week ago, after I thought I left that job, and I thought that I left all the people who novelized me for living it, like, an authentic life, I was just like, bleh. I love you, but. It's like, that's the thing, though. I feel like a lot of YouTubers hit a wall where someone in their audience becomes unsatisfied with the stuff they're producing, so they reach out and they're like, can you change a little bit? I don't want to unsubscribe, and I don't want to find new content. I want you to change. And a lot of YouTubers have to ask themselves, like, gee, like, this message may have hurt my feelings, so I want to change so I never get my feelings hurt ever again. Or it gets you really angry. For me, it got me really upset. Like, I had to text someone in my support system to be like, I got this fucking message. I was just at work and I got a message. And I think a lot of YouTubers and people on social media, like Instagrammers, stuff like that, like, face that. And I know, like, I don't know if you guys watch... Let me make sure her Instagram is the same. So I don't know if you guys watch, like, Nibbles, but she was just saying something recently, too. Like, she got a message from somebody who was like, I used to like your content back at this point, and now it seems like you don't try. And messages like that, I don't know. Like, there's the difference between constructive criticism, and I really value constructive criticism. Like, for my last live stream, you guys were like, it's hard to hear you. So I was like, all right, let me, like, find this microphone. Like, that's good constructive criticism. Bad constructive criticism is, like, yeah, like, your content isn't good enough. Then you're like, I don't know. You pronounced everything wrong. So, I don't know. When I get messages like that, it's really defeating, because even, you know, if it was a shitty message that was like, I hate the way you do stuff, I would be like, oh shit, how'd they get in? But when they were like, I love you, but, it means that they're a subscriber and they're comfortable enough saying, I love you, but your content disappoints me now, or the way you act on Instagram disappoints me now, and you try too hard. And sometimes it forces you to self-evaluate, because you're like, when was I trying that hard? When I got drunk with the handyman? I do that all the time. That's not trying. That's a good time. So, yeah, I don't know. Brian Regan reference, yes. So, it's hard. I don't know. It's hard to be an authentic person even outside of the internet. And it was funny. I was getting banh mi on Washington Street yesterday. If you're from Philly, it's the best spot to get banh mi. And I saw like a scooter, and there was a guy riding the scooter, the mom riding the scooter, and the baby all on the scooter. And I remember they were just like dicking it down the street, just like hauling ass. And I remember being like, they don't care that they're on a scooter that is at capacity, that it looks crazy how they're on this scooter. They didn't care. And I was like, I want to be more like that family on the scooter from now on. But you wouldn't go up to the family on the scooter and be like, you guys are so quirky, trying a little too hard to get where you're going. Point A to point B, am I right? No, they're on the scooter. Your content seems happier now, especially on your Instagram, and I'd argue that it's amazing to see. I'm so happy for you that you're putting yourself in social situations and living your best life. Thank you. It's, and I'm not trying to, like, toot my own horn. It's kind of just, like, there was a long, dark time, and it was even before I was really public with, like, what I was going through and everything, and you guys didn't see a ton of content from me, and you didn't really see a personal voice from me. You just saw, like, very carefully created videos and content, and it's like, if that's what people got used to and you liked seeing, like, that's really cool. And I feel bad to, like, change moods, but it was like all that stuff that came from, like, a really sad person. And, you know, this was a really hard summer for me, and there was a ton of, like, huge life changes. So I love celebrating, like, the little things, and I love celebrating just, like, a funny picture, or just, like, something funny that we're doing, or, like, going to Acme in the middle of the night to buy 1 ear of corn. Like, that's my best life. That's not some weird scripted reality TV show. That's, like, that's it. That's what living in Philadelphia and being 27 years old is to me. You know? And I feel like growth, you know, that was something I had to sit down and decide. I was like, is this going to be something like I share with my audience? Is this something like I'm going to make really public, or is this just some shit I'm going to do? And I brought you guys with me because I thought, you know, it would add value to the process, and it would add value to you guys who maybe were going through the same thing. Because, you know, in my life, I didn't really know who to turn to. And I was like, damn, things are kind of getting shitty. And in my life, it was like, my friends were, like, my best friend just bought a house with her boyfriend. And I was like, shit, I'm, like, degressing. Like, who's there for me? And I was like, I'm going to put myself out there because I'm going to be there for you guys, no matter what. So yeah, I don't know. Me drunk wearing a sombrero in the middle of the pouring rain on Instagram story. If somebody showed me that picture 5 months ago and they were like, don't worry, look. Whew. I don't know if it's quirky. It's just a great hat to wear in the rain. And you guys might know that I was also straight edge for many, many years. So it's kind of like the first summer where I'm like cracking a beer with the boys. I don't know. It means a lot to me that you are showing your healing in an authentic and genuine way. I too am going through hard times, and seeing how you've been learning to love yourself again has validated me. And I'm here for you guys. And I'm here, I don't know, I'm here to put myself out there, and I understand. Like, I totally do. And the YouTubers that I watch, I talk about like they're people that I know. So I don't know. And this summer, like, I can make landmarks. And even in my own videos, like my disintegration video, I reference in my life because I needed to put that out there. And I was like, all right, here's everything I'm going through. Here's a marker. Like, here's a milestone. From here, I grow, and from here I change. And there were pitfalls, and there were huge pitfalls, and there were nights where I was like, I'm not getting up, not for days. And there was 2 weeks I didn't post anything to YouTube, and that's the first time that's happened since the beginning. And I was so disappointed in myself, but I was like, all right, allow yourself to do this, and let people know. Like, don't ignore it. Let people know. Just be like, I can't create right now. I don't know why. The energy isn't there. The brain capacity isn't there. I can't. All of my systems are focusing so hard on healing and like trying to cure something and to not be sick. So I was like, I can't create. And you guys were there for me. You were like, we're not going to unsubscribe. We'll be waiting. And it was really cool. And I want to show you guys, you know, what it's like to be in a community that doesn't let you fall. And I like want to encourage you guys to become friends with each other and to live inside of this community as well. So, I mean, it's really unbelievable that I can inspire you guys, and it's so crazy that it's me. But yeah, you know, if I ever like didn't get to one of your messages, or if you drew me something and I didn't see it, just know that it was never something I ever did on purpose. You know, I definitely think about you guys all the time. I would never turn my back on any single one of you. So if you tried to send me something funny and I didn't see it, send it again. You know, it's never going to annoy me. The the Instagram algorithm has it so I don't even see what my friends post anymore. Even last night, I unfollowed a bunch of people that, like, I really didn't even want to unfollow, but I was like, I can't not see what my friends are posting anymore. Like, I followed unfollowed all the, like, barber Instagrams that I follow. I was like, I guess I'm giving up barbering so I can see what Justine ate for dinner. So please, you know, as I'm trying to figure out social media and as the channel grows and your viewership grows and the audience grows too, if you and I had a special connection in the beginning, just know I'm like working overtime now, and I'm still really trying. So yeah. And I got a message, I think it was on Twitter, that was like, please don't ever sell out. My favorite, like, insert their YouTuber, my favorite YouTuber, blah, 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 sold out a few years ago. And I had to unsubscribe. And that definitely won't happen. I think somebody sent me that in light of working with Inked Magazine, who I haven't heard back from yet, so who knows. But, authenticity has been something I really enjoy, and it's like, once you believe in yourself, and I think Chelsea and I were talking about this in our video, but like, once you believe in yourself, a lot of things get easier. And when you promise yourself you'll work on the things you're not good at, and you'll fix the problems that you created, and you'll open your heart to the things people tell you about yourself, once you believe in yourself, a lot of things become easier. And if someone would have told me that in high school, in middle school, like, I think about all that all the time. I'm like, I wasted so much time not being on my own side and, like, being against myself. So much time. Things became a lot easier when I would just be honest. And just be honest about anything. Like, if I can't meet up with one of my friends because I'm sick or sad or I'm broke, just being honest. And, you know, it turned into a conversation where it was like, I can't go out tonight, but do you want to come over? Stuff like that. Once you're honest, like, your options become available. So that's something that I'm trying to practice more often. I feel like maybe standing up for myself a little more often in my real life is something I should practice a little more. I wouldn't say I let people walk all over me, but I kind of like go with the flow, and sometimes I go with it for too long and something bad starts to happen. But I don't see too much wrong with that, because it's just it's good practice for talking about your feelings and talking about how you want to be treated. But that's how I feel about believing in yourself and being authentic and, like, a quest for being cool. Because I painted something a few years ago and it just said quest for cool. And at the time I was like, this is lame, and I'm keeping it in the basement. But it's kind of something that I'm always trying to work on. I'm always trying to, like, be a little better. Or just talk about my feelings, or just, like, talk about how I need to function in a relationship for it to work. And I remember, like, I was supposed to hang out with somebody and they ditched me. But they ditched me in a way that, like, fucked me up. Like, we were, like, about to hang out, like, I had already left, and then they were like, I can't. And I just kind of knew that, like, it was the last straw. And I remember, like, being really aggressive about it. And they replied to me, and they were like, me ditching you isn't about you. And I know that you're upset, but you can't be this upset at me. And it helped me reflect on, like, language I like to use too, because I was like, at the beginning I was like, I'm in the right by telling them off. And then they replied to me and they were like, you can't come at me this hard either. So I don't know who was in the right, but it was, like, a really good reflection on what, like, how I wanted to be treated, how they wanted to be treated, and then, like, from then on I just evaluated it. So I don't know. In that situation, no one was right, but I still took a lesson from it and was able to tell someone how I feel. And that's all I want. I don't want, like, two people who are like, hey, do you want to hang out tomorrow? Sorry, I couldn't hang out. Hey, do you want to hang out tomorrow? Sorry, whatever happened yesterday? Hey, do you want to hang out tomorrow? Oh, I can't. I don't know. So, I don't know. From one shampoo girl to another. Thank you so much. Michaela? I love shampoo girls. I love shampoo girls so much. Your back tattoo vlogs inspired me to get a large back piece this spring, and I'd love to show it to you sometime. I would love that. You guys can send me pictures in the mail. That would be cool. I would like that. Every shampoo girl ever. Now I'm thirsty. Are you into live storytelling? Never, like, in front of an audience, but I would, tell you guys a story if something happened to me. Actually, stuff happens to me all the time. Ethan. I don't want anyone to think I'm quirky telling a story. All these haters disrupting my content. Am I right? Am I right, my little boy? Just so small. Just a small boy. Just kidding, he's huge. Where are you? Where's your bandana? Sorry, I'm trying to read the chat. Ethan is smelling the microphone. So my P.O. box address is listed, on my Twitter. It's kind of deep in there. When I posted it publicly, somebody sent me, like, a really upsetting message, so I never made a big deal about it ever again. But the address exists if you want to find it. I think that dickheads won't search for it and send me dead birds if they have to look more than 10 seconds for it. So I'm sorry if you ever had to, like, look really hard for it. It's just because somebody threatened to send me a dead bird. So I took it off my Instagram and it's not on my YouTube channel. Twitter is the platform that I have the least amount of followers, so I just figured it was safe there. So that's why I'm not super public about my P.O. box. Also, I don't really know how to treat the things that I get in the mail. I love them and I read them, but I also don't want to novelize them and have like a P.O. box, like, fan mail video, because I don't know if that's what you guys like, because I'll get some letters that are really, really personal that I don't think were sent to me to read on the internet. I think they were sent to just me, but I don't know. I really don't know. So I check my P.O. box, like, regularly. But yeah, I'm not sure if you guys would like want an unboxing video of that type. I think just the kind of content that I create, a lot of the messages and letters I get are very personal because of that. So I don't know. And then I wouldn't want to just like show some stuff because I think it's like internet appropriate and then not other stuff. I don't know. I always thought that the stuff that was sent to me was private. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I show it online or is it private? I would see a fan mail video minus personal letters focused on arts and zines and cool things. Yeah, some of the zines I get are pretty personal too, though. I've gotten some really, really fucking cool zines from you guys, but some of them aren't really personal. One of them, it was just about, like, dating and stuff, and, like, dating men. I think that one was personal, but it also, like, put me in a good mood. I threw a brick through a Banana Republic window that night. Yeah, some people are saying private. Letters private, gifts and other stuff public. I'd love to give artists exposure who are sending me stuff, but I watched a video once from Philip DeFranco where he said that when he made his P.O. box public, he would also get like promotional things from brands, and like that's not what I'm looking for, so I don't know. So yeah, it's hard. Like even you guys see in the group chat, it's pretty conflicting. Like it's some people are saying public, some people are saying private, and that's a conversation I have with myself walking around my apartment. I'm like, is this public? Is this private? Is this Quick and Zines only? So yeah, I don't know. Yes, I did get the Nemi book. I actually have it right here by my couch. One second. Oh god, I clicked something. Oh, everything's falling. Sorry, my computer's on my coffee table, but my coffee table is actually just really small. It's right here. And it's cool because I can keep it right here, and then if I like invite somebody over, they always like go through it too. I think it would be fair to say if you send me something, I'd like to be private or give me permission to have it posted. Yeah, I think it's definitely a delicate thing. I don't want to encourage people to send me things for the sake of it potentially being posted either. Do you know what I mean? I don't know how to say that and it not sound cruel. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I feel like if I put out the word, if you're sending me something to my P.O. box, please mention if it's private or public. I'm not sure. I think then like brands might send me stuff because they'll know that I'll publicize what they send me. And if I get another one of those bathing suits, right, Ethan? So yeah. If someone can phrase that a little better. Yeah. Making it any public will change the type of mail that you get. Yeah. I think that the mail I get right now is really nice and personal. I know that the people had to find my P.O. box link because I like don't make it that accessible so that like rude people don't send me things. It makes my trip to the P.O. box like good, and it's like a feel good thing. So it's hard. Do you ever get recognized in the streets or anything very often? I guess it depends. Like at tattoo convention, I was recognized a lot. But in Philadelphia, I'm not sure. But I also don't know if like I'm putting out weird vibes where I don't want people to talk to me. I would say I get recognized every time I go downtown. I'll get recognized. In my neighborhood, I don't get recognized very often, which is a good thing. And I would say if I go somewhere really public, like a store, like a store downtown is what I'm trying to say, or like a big mall, I'll get recognized. We went to New Hope, which is kind of just like a little town in Bucks County, and we ate at a restaurant and we were recognized there. Stuff like that happens. But I also like am kind of like in a routine right now. So I mostly stay in my neighborhood and then I go to Barnett Fair. I'll have subscribers come to Barnett Fair, but I really like that. I think that Barnett Fair is like a really chill, awesome experience. I think that you go there and you like feel really positive, encouraging energy while you're there. So when like people like who follow me on Instagram or like follow me on YouTube come to Barnett Fair to like get their hair done or just like say hi, I think it's really cool. You might know my friend Heather. She has popped up here and there on like my Instagram and stuff. She came to Barnett Fair when it opened, just to like say hi, and she had found a Grimace cup, like a McDonald's cup, and she dropped it off. She's like, "Hope this isn't weird," and I was like, "It's not." And then our front desk girl invited her to come to a party that we had like the next week, and she came. It was so cool. And then she also came to Goth Night one of the nights. She's just like super down, and I'm not resistive to that at all. I don't like. There's definitely a line, but no one's crossed it. Like, I think all of us know what the line is, and no one's ever crossed it. No one's ever showed up at my house. If I come to Barnett Fair, can I request that you shampoo me? Yeah, if I'm there. I work 2 days a week, and then I do YouTube the rest of the week. Sorry, I'm catching up on the chat. I know it's like idle. Do you still have friends in Pittsburgh? No plans to visit in the future? So I talked about that at the beginning of the stream, and I hope to visit around November. I'm just figuring out if I can like ride share there or take the bus. So yeah, it's kind of crazy. My job definitely supports my YouTube, and in my interview I even mentioned that like that's where a lot of my focus is on, and like I definitely have videos on this channel where I kind of wished that YouTube could be my focus, but I knew that I was like in hair industry. So it's really cool. So I work 2 days at Barnett Fair, and then we have class 1 day a week, so it's kind of like 3 days. But it's cool. come back to Chicago. I was hoping Morrissey would come back for Riot Fest, but no such luck. I'd love to come to Chicago. I was hoping that Joanna Newsom would go on tour before she had a baby. So that was kind of like my, like, hopes for vacation. And then Kay is going to Vegas for her birthday. And she invited me and I said yes, but I'm not going to go. But I was thinking about how I should go somewhere for my birthday because I've never celebrated my birthday before. Because every year I'm like, birthdays disappoint me. So I was like, oh, maybe I should just bring the noise for my birthday. So I was thinking about where I should travel. I don't know. Can we all just have a massive coffee party where we go to a venue in a big city and get coffee and chill? Yes. So, like, Josie's ideal idea of, like, my meetup is that. She's like, you go somewhere, you tell them that you're gonna be there, and they host you. So if I could find a coffee shop where I'm like, hey, I know that you don't know that I'm Quicken, because I come here every day dressed in an old sack, but if you follow this link right here and click and subscribe, actually, you would find out that I'm Quicken, and can I have a meetup here? But I'm not that brave. I don't know. There's like, and I've probably said this before, but there's this like, I think it's like a DIY skate park in Fairmount that has shows, and it's like super DIY. They like run like a 50-foot extension cord from like a utility outlet, and they like host shows there. And I kind of wanted to ask one of the bands who hosts these shows if one day we could just have a Quicken show and like we go and listen to their music, but like all you guys come too. I think that would be really cool because, I mean, I guess you guys wouldn't be able to talk to me, but we would all be hanging out. I don't know. I wish goth night wasn't so late at night so all of us could just have like a Quicken goth night. I wonder if the DJ would host a goth dance party for all of the quiet cool kids out there. I guess I could ask her. I just rent an old punk house for the day and throw a Quicken house party. I think the trouble would be that you guys wouldn't be able to like talk to me one-on-one because the music will be playing. I'm a grandma, so I can't do late night. Yeah, there's these batting cages that host shows in Philadelphia, and I talked to the batting cages guy, but he said I couldn't do it until like 9 o'clock. And it's really cool. I like posted a picture of it on my Instagram, and I was like, oh, potential Quicken meetup location. And when I talked to him, like, I could afford the venue, but it couldn't happen until like 8 o'clock at night. And I was like, no, that would cut like a lot of people who would really want to come. A coffee shop full of us doesn't sound too quiet either. Yeah, I don't know. The first Quicken meetup was super low-key. I don't think it could ever be recreated. Also, I found out that I needed a permit for it, and I did not get one. But I did not get in trouble. A Quicknick. Yo! A Halloween party meetup would be so tight. Nothing quiet about these cool kids. Would you ever do anything international? I don't have a passport. So I'll get that. I'll get my passport. They're expensive. Ugh. I'll get a passport and then I'll go somewhere. I need to be hosted. I need to be hosted and sponsored by an airline company, and then I'll do it. I think I'm, like, not a big enough YouTuber to, like, go on, like, international trips and stuff. I would definitely go anywhere if I could, like, interview somebody. For sure. I was thinking of coming to Toronto. That's where my friend is from, and she told me to come and visit her back. And I looked at some Airbnbs there, and they were, like, pretty reasonable. I've never stayed in an Airbnb, though. Does anyone have any Airbnb horror stories? You probably don't, right? They're, like, very regulated. Interview Grace Neutral. I'm not on her radar. I can't just, like, hit her up. Imagine the other 1 million people who are always hitting her up. I have to, like, show up on her radar, and that's how I get in. Yeah, Grace Neutral's tight. I've been following her for years, back when she was just a body piercer, but I'm, like, definitely not on her radar. Yeah, everyone's saying that their Airbnb experience was really good. Oh, someone said they stared at an Airbnb and it was a car. Oh, yeah, my conchas are punched. They're punched to a 2 gauge and they'll never ever close. And they're always a 2 gauge. I could put a 2 gauge, like, piece of jewelry in there right now and it would just be in there. I have never been to Baltimore. I really have to go. Is it like The Wire? 'Cause I'm scared. There's some, like, dope Airbnbs in Philly that sometimes I look at, and I'm kind of just like, am I gonna stay there? But now I have my own girly apartment, so I don't have to. Come to Melbourne, and you can stay with me and my big boy cat, and we can go to the vegan punk pub. Fuck yeah. Honestly, that's all I want to do. Get back in time for my shift at Barney Fair. Is 5 Pack Friday coming back? I love filming 5 Pack Friday. It is an OG segment on the channel. I'd love to do it. I'll do it. There'll be 5 Pack Friday tomorrow. Leave some questions on my Twitter @QuietCoolKid, and I will answer them tomorrow. I promise. I think when I was, like, pretty sick over the summer, 5 Pack Friday was, like, the one video I just had to get rid of because I just didn't want to talk about myself. So now that I'm, like, feeling, like, a sense of recovery, I think that that show could definitely come back. Any chance of daily vlogs? Yeah, I mean, I don't do... I think some of my favorite daily vloggers, like, do something cool every day. So I generally try to vlog if I'm about to do something. I spend a lot of time, like, editing or, like, hanging out with friends, like, who I don't want to, like, put on a camera, or, like, we're doing something that's just, like, something I like to do but is maybe trivial to, like, an audience, like me watching TV. So I think I would daily vlog if, like, something was happening. Like, if I went somewhere for a week, I would vlog every day that week kind of thing. But, like, when I go home to, like, see my grandparents or something, I generally capture some parts on my Instagram story, but I wouldn't want to vlog the whole day because I wouldn't want to, like, novelize the act. Because I want to be present for it, and I think that was something I kind of explained, like, why I didn't vlog my poetry reading, and that's because I wanted to be, like, really present for it. And sometimes vlogging, you're, like, worried about like what your camera is capturing and not what you're experiencing. So I don't know. I do love vlogging though. I love doing it. So it's kind of all about like when it happens. I definitely like will know I'm gonna vlog too, like the day before. I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna vlog tomorrow. Like, oh, if you run into me, I'm gonna be in a vlog. Like even for my last vlog, I had breakfast with Kay, and I was like, we can hang out, but I'm in the middle of a vlog. And she's like, it's fine, quicken. What are you watching on Netflix right now? So when my friend Alexa was here this last week, she started the Confession Tapes on Netflix, which is a series where people confess to crimes that they're not guilty of. And we watched the first episode, and spoiler alert, it made me feel like I was gonna go to jail. So I was like, no, I can't watch this. So I've been rewatching Parks and Rec, and it's like right when Andy and April are falling in love, and it's making me feel like shit, and I want to die. So I'm gonna watch something else tonight. I know you interviewed your grandpa about his tattoos he got in the military, but would you ever interview someone about tattoo culture in the military? I would love to. It's kind of like all about the people who reach out to me. My circle is like, I don't know. I don't meet a ton of people every day. And the means that I do meet people is generally because I'm shampooing them. And I never like ask like, oh, can I interview you about your kink? Your military tattoo? So the people who reach out to me are kind of like one of the biggest potential contributors. I've been really lucky that most of the people I interview on my channel are my friends. But sometimes they also become my friends through Quicken. So I feel like they're kind of ready for me to ask them if I can interview them. But yeah, if I love interviews on my channel, and I hope you guys too. I hope you guys do too. And I hope I get a lot better at them, because there's a little bit of forgiveness when I'm interviewing my friends, because we can just hang out in my apartment, and if one of us fucks something up, we can just look at each other, and then I'm like, I'll edit it out. But if I was to have like a stranger, like a guest in my home, I would want to be very professional, especially like someone from the military. I would hate to be like, and here's your Ronald McDonald cup for some water in case all of a sudden you start choking. Sometimes I start choking. They'll be like, get me the fuck out of here. Hi, Quicken. Can we get matching tattoos? I feel like one day I'm going to get like a Quicken channel tattoo, but I'm just like not there yet. I'm not there yet. I'm sorry. I'm not ready to say I love you. No, I am. But with a tattoo? I'm not quite there yet. I think maybe like at a milestone, or when the day comes where I have to decide if I'm going to be a YouTuber or hairstylist. So let's put that on ice, because that'll be a hard decision. I wish Kurt shipped his Flash to Canada. It's hard. So when I was on Depop, shipping things to Canada is just really hard. I understand he had to probably make that tough decision. Because it's either that or he charges you the shipping and then he seems like an asshole. He just hit me up today. He was like, I didn't know you had Quicken pins. And I was like, yeah, doggy. They're hella limited. Because the post office gives me anxiety. So I said, the next time you're in Philly, sad boy Kurt, come and get it. Because he sent me one of his pins. Ooh, you guys talking about vegan cheese? I am so hungry. I actually have these vegan shortbread. This was like the gift my friend gave me for staying at the house. Apocalypse Now, Toronto. Am I about to eat one of these? They're so dry. It was a bad decision. What are my favorite podcasts? I actually, I just listened to the H3H3 podcast. And I'll tell you why. They cover a ton of YouTuber news. And that's the info I need. Like, they always talk about, like, if something's happening with, like, big popular YouTubers, if there's a policy change. So I always try to, like, listen to the H3 podcast. Also, it's, like, sometimes funny. But sometimes I don't always agree with it, which I feel like is constructive. So that's the only podcast I listen to. People will recommend podcasts to me. Somebody recommended a podcast where, like, Louis C.K. and his, like, first roommate, they, like, didn't talk for 10 years and then they, like, battle it out in a podcast. I'm paraphrasing. Someone recommended this to me verbally, but I would listen to that. I would listen to that all day. Also, I don't know who hosted it, but Joanna Newsom was on a podcast once for, like, hours, and I listened to the whole thing. I just, like, laid on the floor, and I was like, yeah, Mom, tell me that shit. Tell me how you feel about fans coming to your house. It's fucked up. Oh, I really do want to listen to Jenna Marbles' podcast. I watched that video that Julian posted yesterday or 2 days ago about, like, fans coming to their house, and I don't know. I was so scared about that. What was your Instagram story referring to trying something new with during the live stream? So tonight for the live stream, anybody who, like, contributes to the super chat for the next live stream, all of their super chats will be featured in the description, so you can kind of, like, type whatever you want down there. Any sort of message that you want public or for me, and that'll be in the super chat. And then, like, top super chatters, I have, like stuff to give away, so I want to give away stuff during the live streams, so, like, 4 giveaways a month. I had the Bronco pin, but the cat knocked it under the couch, so pretend I'm holding that as well as this. And then I also have stickers. Some people were saying that the super chat feature wasn't working for them, though. So the super chat is one of the features inside of the chat box. It doesn't work on my end, so I can't tell you exactly where it is. Should have done more research, but that's what I was referring to. I should just get down and get that Bronco pin. Gone. It's so very gone. Thanks a lot, Ethan. Just trying to have a nice chat with my friends and you knock my Bronco pin. Why can't we buy the pin and stickers? I just like don't have them for sale right now. I need to get organized. I think I need like a printer. I don't have a printer. When my last pins were on sale, I hand wrote all of the addresses on the envelope. That was hard to do. So when I had the Bronco pins made, I was just kind of very exhausted, and I think like there was a lot of like error on my part, and it was very stressful. So I think I should just like ask a friend to help me do the next like big pin drop that I do. I would love to do a new batch of pins. It's not that I don't want to provide merch for you guys. It's just that I don't want to do it through a third party, because I think that that's I've seen other YouTubers do it and I like hate the way they do it. So I would want to buy something that came from somebody and didn't come from like a third party website, even though I get it because the demand is very high, so you would want a third party to be able to ship and fulfill your orders. So that's the confliction. It's not that I don't want to make merch for you guys. It's that I have like the limited capabilities to create the merch, house it, ship it, deliver it. I just need to get organized. I don't have a silly window. Elaine, I missed out on the Bronco pins. I never sold any Bronco pins. The only people who have Bronco pins found them in a scavenger hunt. So don't even worry. You didn't even miss out on them. I have like 100 of them. Don't even worry. Nobody missed out on them. But if you're a contributor in the super chat, you are eligible to receive one in a giveaway. The stuff you send to super chatters, do you write notes or anything too? Yeah, whatever you want. Bronco pins are a legend. They honestly are. One of the other shampoo girls, Milena, she hit me up like last week, and I guess she ran into one of my subscribers, and she was wearing a Quicken pin, and they asked her for it. So she said, yeah, 'cause she's the shit. That's a really cool thing that she did. I'm like, my heart beats forever for that. And John did that once too. I think it's really cool. So she hit me up to tell me, and I was like, I'll replace your pin. Thank you so much. And she was like, what other pins do you have? And now she's a Bronco pin. So I thought about making shampoo girl pins, but I wasn't sure if it was like super niche. Wow, Cosmia, thank you. I see you, girl. I would love to make shampoo girl pins. Right, Ethan? The company I get my pins made through, though, I think your order has to be a minimum of 200, because it's like a military guy who makes pins. He's like the same guy who made like enamel pins for McDonald's, and I still have all my like McDonald's pins. Oh, thanks. Poor college students. I feel you. Thank you. Jeez, Ethan. Ethan is resistive to the super chat. Oh, Chloe, thank you. Want to support you in cop merch. Love you. Thank you so much. How did you make that pumpkin? Love you and Ethan. All my heart. Mitchell, can I take you out sometime? What? Ethan getting crazy. Did you not sell at least 200 pins last time? I did, but it just meant that 200 times I hand wrote all the addresses on the envelopes. And a lot of them got lost too. Not a lot, that's not fair to say, but there was like some error, like the dorm room and shipping things during Christmas. That was my nightmare, my hell on earth. Melon Slice, I've been thinking about getting a tattoo for years, but couldn't figure out exactly what I wanted. I just wanted to say thanks for making that video about Pinterest boards. It really helped me decide. Thank you so much. I loved making that video. And I'm so stoked that like even one person watched it and it helped them. So thank you, Melon Slice. Blueberry, you're the only other vegan I know, and you make me feel really normal and have taught me a lot. Thank you. Thanks so much. It's funny, when my friend came to stay this weekend, I was like, I never get to hang out with another vegan, and now you're here in my house. I have all this shampoo for us. Look at it all. It was so dope to like cook for somebody else vegan. So even if there's not another vegan in your everyday life, it just makes it so much more special when you run into somebody who is like you. So definitely don't feel alienated. I mean, feel what comes natural. But when she was here, and like she was also another tattooed girl, and we were walking around my neighborhood, I was just like so proud to be around her. So don't even worry. Me and you. Mary Beth, thank you so much. I see you. I watch your videos while I'm working out so I don't think about how I'm dying. That's so cool. Your gym has Wi-Fi? Honestly, a gym with Wi-Fi, I might go. I have to go to the gym. Cameron, make plant pins since you're a plant mom now. That would be totally tight. I feel like if I was better about making merch, I could get a little freaky with it, but I probably have to make some like Quicken merch first. Hungry says, you feel like my friend in real life. I love you so much, girl. Come to Cali one day. I definitely want to. I want to like, there's all these pictures of Morrissey in California, and I really want to reenact all of them and like get some really good food. So if you want to do those things with me, so do I. You inspire me to be so much more than I've ever let myself be. Thank you so much for it. Also, hi, Ethan. Ethan's eating some dry food right now, crunching. Thank you so much. I'm super stoked. I mean, when I was at the live poetry reading 2 weeks ago, and I, on stage, I said that, like, creatively, I doubt a lot of my work. When I went backstage to, like, thank the women who went before me, the one girl pulled me aside and she was like, you might doubt your work, but even if you impact like just one person, then that means everything. So I want to share that with you, and thank you for like letting me impact you as well. So thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, all the spooky emojis in the chat. I'm alive and well. Make your Q tattoo a pin. I'll have to ask Mark first. But that's a really good idea. I'd have to ask him. Maybe Mark would want to design a pin for us. I don't want to bother him. So for tattoo convention next year, and it's not set in stone, so don't quote me, but Mark said that he was going to be at Philadelphia Tattoo Convention next year, and asked me to work at his booth. So, catch the entire fucking family of Rose Tattoo, Quicken additionally, at the Philadelphia Tattoo Convention, which Mark does not attend. So say hi to Mark and Akira and me at the booth. Because now I work for Rose Tattoo. The Philadelphia district of Rose Tattoo. Devin says, "You're such an inspiration, Mom." Thank you. You inspire me. I swear. It's my best friend Claudia's birthday in a few days, and you're her favorite YouTuber ever. Would you mind, like, maybe giving her a shout out, like a happy birthday? Alright, get your phone ready. Because I'm going to shout out Claudia. In 3, 2, 1. Happy birthday, Mom. It's your birthday. Cut. Do you still have your homemade plush collection? I've seen your coffee cup dude in some of your videos. Yeah, so he's here. I got my rain cloud. I have my s'more. Finding like unique ways to decorate with them has been hard, and Ethan eats them, which is new. So I don't know what he's going through. When I left my old house, I did not take everything with me, so there is some stuff in boxes still over there. I have to get that stuff as soon as possible. So Cameron says, I have a ram skull with flowers tattoo on my middle thigh. Do you have any ideas about how to incorporate it into a thigh piece? So you could always build around it. The first tattoo I got on my leg was like pretty big. How can I do this? So this was like a pretty big tattoo, and it was the only one I had for a while. And then from there, I just built around it. And you can see that, like, I don't know, everything kind of has a place. So I think like a ram skull, I don't know, that would definitely like fit that area, and then you can just build around it. That's the easiest thing to do. If you wanted to have like a whole thing, like all your tattoos like mashed up together, you can always do like a smoke background or like a star filler. But you might want to get other tattoos first and then put the filler in between them. I think that's the best way to like get as many tattoos as like possible. But that's coming from someone who has traditional tattoos. Like even on my arms, I kind of like the airy spots that doesn't have anything in it, the like spaces. I feel like they help the legibility of the tattoos. So, I don't know. You might want to just get tattoos around it first. So Keywolf says, if you ever need Adobe Zine art help, hit me up. Artists gotta support each other. Love you, Quicken. Thank you so much. Honestly, I really do need help. That would be really dope. Thank you so much. So, I didn't know InDesign didn't come with the Adobe Suites or the Adobe Cloud or whatever the fuck I'm paying $20 a month for. But it did come with Photoshop. So, if I want to do it economically, I should learn Photoshop because I have to pay extra for InDesign. And I'm like, what the fuck am I already paying for? Just give me it. Give me it, Adobe. What am I paying for? For years, $20 a month. All these people expect us to pay subscriptions all these months. So Carla says, you were the best. I would definitely buy some merch. I'm... Alright. I'll make the merch. Okay. I think after I meet up with Michael Sweater about printing the flash sheets, I think the flash sheets would be really cool. I feel like doing giveaways during these live chats are going to be my way to like get my feet wet into like shipping and stuff again. I bought a bunch of mailers for the Bronco pins. Like everything was there. It was just like I was like so scared to fail and like lose them in the mail and shit. Never will I ship anything near Christmas ever again. It's my birthday, shameless plug. Fuck yeah. Put it out there. Super chat is just your chat, but super. What are your thoughts on It's Always Sunny? Ethan, what is back there? Oh, jeez. He's such a goon. My thoughts on Always Sunny. I think Always Sunny is I think it's pretty funny. I haven't watched it in a while. So like I know that there's many more seasons of it that I'm not super caught up on. But all the like original episodes I really, really like. I always think they're really funny. I was shampooing a lady today. I was shampooing a lady today. I'm so scared. Sorry about my bits. I was shampooing a lady today. And I was like, do you watch Always Sunny? And she was like, yeah, I've seen it. And I was like, do you remember when Frank says to throw his body in the trash when he dies? And she was like, yeah, I guess. I think about stuff like that. Chloe, what's up? Ethan does sound like a dog. He gets really restless. I wish he really would go on walks, but he kind of won't. He's so weird! Hey, freak! Please don't hurt me. I can't keep up with you. You're too strong. I'm out of breath. Drum boy. He is. He's a freak. Ren, hey. Quack Nude. I'm always here for you guys. Call me Quack Nude. Maggie, what would you do if you could hang out with Sonic? We would just eat vegan chili dogs, and we would talk about Tails being like cool, and we would just like chill. We would just like watch TV or like stuff I like to do, cause like his life is like so crazy and action packed and like chaotic that he would just like come over to hang out with me to like relax. And he'd be like, oh man, Quicken, my day was so crazy. Do you want to just like stay in and relax? And I would be like, yeah, Sonic. That would be so cool. And then we would walk around in my neighborhood so everyone would see us hanging out. That's what I would do if I could hang out with Sonic. I rejected a call from my little brother because Livestream. Look at this weirdie. Alright, he's a freak. This sounds like a Quicken Sonic fanfic. Don't get it twisted up. That's just how I would hang out with any of my friends. Oh my god, how did Thicken start? Somebody please write a Quicken X Sonic fanfic. Not if it's weird. Not if it's weird, guys. It's really just him and I hanging out and being buds. Sarah, hey, I'm at work and this is giving me life. Keep doing what you're doing, girl. I love you. Come to Jersey sometime. I would love to. I fuck with Jersey. Get me a car. Get me a Honda Civic. I would drive over the bridge. I would love that. I used to go to the Pine Barrens in New Jersey all of the time. And there was like this big lake. I've vlogged there a few times. If you're OG, you guys definitely know about the Pine Barrens. And then a kid drowned and we weren't allowed to go there anymore. That was really weird. But I used to go grocery shopping in New Jersey and I do like their mall. Cyril Vamp says, what do you recommend doing to start a vegan journey, especially for someone who doesn't have a local vegan friend group? So, I would say fortify your online experience with like different vegan people that you like. When I became vegan, I was like really doing like Tumblr was my social media. Like I didn't have smartphone or anything, so like I spent a ton of time on Tumblr, and I would follow people who were vegan that I just like kind of respected or idealized or who influenced me. And then when I wasn't as timid, I would just reach out to them and like say what's up. And like I met my friend Alex Valencia just because she was a vegan person who I followed on Tumblr, who I just thought was really cool. Like, not to make myself sound like a nerd or anything, I just thought she was cool. And I would just like reblog her content and whatever. And one day I just like reached out to her and she invited me to Richmond. And although like Richmond is not near Philadelphia, you know, she wasn't a local friend group to me. I went out to Richmond to see how she lived, and I stayed with her and looked at the stuff in her shower and just like kind of immersed myself in her world. And at the time I hadn't been vegan very long, but I knew, like, I believed in myself and I believed in being vegan. So that's what so that's kind of how in the beginning, when I was like so unsure about being vegan, I definitely reached out to a ton of people just online. And it wasn't until I was really confident in like how other vegans acted and what other vegans like to do together and stuff that I would like reach out to people closest to me. So in the beginning, I didn't even know any real vegans. I just like tried my best and then like would observe vegans online and then reach out to them and ask if they wanted to hang out. Sometimes they did. But that behavior of like reaching out to Alex, who lived in Virginia, taught me how to reach out to vegans who lived in Philadelphia. Yo, I would love to see Modest Mouse. I shampooed a guy today who was seeing Modest Mouse, but he's seeing them in Pittsburgh. I was like, I can't go, doggy. Why aren't they playing in Philly? I love that weird voice. Ethan is so weird. He's such a freak. I'll definitely be checking my DMs about all pin stuff after the live stream. I can't do it right now. But thank you if you message me for sure. Maddie Crash, hey Quicken, what bands are you listening to? So I kind of am going through like a Modest Mouse thing right now because I bought a bunch of CDs. So I've been listening to Modest Mouse like in my house and even like on like Apple Music. I started listening to Ice Age a few days ago because someone recommended it to me. But then I quickly started listening to Modest Mouse again. Let's see what else. Not that I can't think of it. I just like. Oh, I was listening to Washed Out all day yesterday. If you guys have ever listened to Washed Out, it's pretty good. It's like chill wave. Yeah, I bought a CD player over the summer, and it's kind of hard to find CDs in real life. There's only a couple record shops that have them. So I have just been like filtering through like the same 6 CDs all summer, but it's like really chill. Have you ever checked out Bjork before? Yes. So I saw Bjork in concert and it was so cool. It was the coolest shit ever. I fuck with all of Bjork's CDs. They're all really good. And she has a like remastered album. That's so tight. It's so good. Miss Laser said, dude, you're absolutely an inspiration to me and you make me so happy. I'm nursing my back tattoo from today and this live stream is making my life. Love you so much. Thank you so much. Honestly, the best part about my back tattoo was like the relief that came with it to like just go home and eat a ton of food and no one's going to tell you that that's too much food. And no one's going to tell you, hey, do you want to do something tonight? Because you're like, I can't for like 1 month. Don't bother me. I loved that. It was like staying home sick from school. But I paid for the sickness. How the fuck did you see Bjork? She played, alright, this is gonna sound like a lie, but when I went to see Joanna Newsom in Chicago, Bjork was playing. It was like 2012. What do you think of Marilyn Manson? So I also saw Marilyn Manson in concert too. I had never like listened to Marilyn Manson. Like I knew like who he was and like what he was about because I like grew up with MTV and stuff. But I never like had a Marilyn Manson like CD growing up or anything. So I didn't hear anything from him that like wasn't on the radio. But then a few years ago, I used to work at a streetwear shop on South Street, and I think we like got tickets for Marilyn Manson and no one wanted to go. And I was like, I'll fucking go. Are you kidding? And that was cool. I liked all the people there. Mom, thank you for raising me and all the quicking siblings in this chat. Of course, my babies. And I'm so fucking proud of you. All of my children. Legit passed out during my back tat. Honestly, I wish. Maggie, how do you feel like punk affected you? So, I'm so grateful for punk. I think I have an episode of 5 Fact Friday where I just like thank punk for everything I am. I think, you know, growing up punk, it was a great thing because like I really didn't fit in like middle school and stuff, and like I couldn't afford to like dress or be with like the popular kids, and all of that like always made me feel really outcasted because I didn't understand like why I didn't fit in, and no one like ever told me like, oh, it's cool to not fit in. Like I think my mom really wanted me to have friends and really wanted me to be pretty and really wanted me to like be a good person socially, so there was never that push to like be myself. So when I like met the first couple punk kids and started like understanding punk music and going to shows and like celebrating who I was and like making do with what we had, like we couldn't like have the best clothes, but you could shave your head for free, and then that was a statement, that was a style, and all of us would pitch in to like put gas in the tank to go to a show in like Philly, and it felt so cool to like go on an adventure and do something fortifying in that way that like broke the mold from like what you saw around you, which was like, I don't know, kids going to a football game. Like no diss on all that, like I just like found people and like found a way to fit in, and then I took that behavior and like applied it to other life, and even now I feel like I live kind of a punk lifestyle, and maybe I'm not like super outwardly punk, but I feel like DIY culture and stuff like that, I don't know, like in a crowd I'll always look for like a punk person or someone who seems like they live in an alternative lifestyle, because I just figure like they're an ally to me. So I don't know, I always hoped that my younger brother would find punk, and he didn't, but now he's like finding his way. But I feel like punk protected me and I don't know, taught me to be okay with who I was. Not to say that I didn't like put studs on everything, I don't know. Chloe said, are there any Australian tattoo artists on your radar? So I think, and I feel bad for saying this, so my Instagram, I was like really following people I loved, and I was following a ton of tattoo artists, but now with the Instagram algorithm, I stopped seeing like a lot of my friends' content, and I know for a fact that I unfollowed like 2 or 3 Australian tattoo artists, and I know that's like kind of fucked up, but I was like, I can't ever get tattooed by them. I don't know, I'm sorry to say that. Instagram, if you're listening, chronological order, thanks. So definitely let me know in the comments if there's someone on your radar. Oh, okay, lovely. I follow you on Instagram. What up? What are broadside posters? I would love that. Max Kuhn is always on my radar. That's my dude. I really want to get a tattoo by Mark. Do it. Mark is amazing. I actually, in my P.O. box, I got a postcard from a girl from California who said that after she saw my back tattoo video, she decided to get tattooed by Mark, and she went. And she sent me a postcard. It was super cool. I have it by my door because I want to show it to Mark when I go to New York. I'm going there October 2nd. Oh, I follow Alexis Hepburn, actually, on Instagram. I don't know why I didn't say that. Probably because of the algorithm. Oh, she's dope, by the way. I didn't say that. She's an amazing tattoo artist out of Australia. She, like, does her own thing. Her style is pretty unique. She definitely, like, puts her authentic, like, signature, like, her style into her tattooing. And she's vegan straight edge, and she's, like, always doing something amazing every day. Every day she's doing something so fucking cool. She makes me want to move to Australia and just be better and have great skin. I would love to do more vlogs. Hopefully I do. What inspired your back piece? So my back tattoo is a traditional piece of tattoo art. It's not completely original to Mark's design, but I had seen it like maybe 10 years ago. I think Mike Adams had done like his own style version of like a devil holding a woman and a man, and I always remembered it. And I think when I met him, I asked him about it, and he said it was like a traditional tattoo flash. And I kind of just attached my own story to it. Just like, I don't know if you guys have like heard me ramble about like how I feel about the devil and how like people blame the devil for things, and people like they add like if you do something evil or if you do something like against like cultural norms or even something silly that's like wrong, people will blame the devil before they blame themselves. And this idea of the devil is present in so many cultures. This just like this dude, this like red or like gross or like has hooves, this dude, he's kind of responsible for right and wrong and not us as people. So I've always been really interested in that idea of the devil. I think some of my favorite tattoos are like the devil with another woman. I always think that's really cool. So I used to want that tattoo a couple years ago, and I was worried about having like a satanic symbol as a tattoo. And then I just think, I mean, despite this, and then I think, you know, as I became more comfortable with myself and like who I was as a person, I was kind of just like, all right, that symbol may have its own like connotations to it, but I know why it interests me, and I know why the idea of the devil and like a woman and a man, well, like why that interests me. And so Joanna Newsom has this album called Ys, Y-S, and if you ever read the fairy tale that's like associated with what Ys is, it kind of always reminded me of this idea of the devil. And I was like, alright, Joanna Newsom and the devil and Mark Cross make 3. So that's why I got this tattoo. And Mark made it special for me, and he used like the devil on my back. He's not red, so I feel like you could think he was like a sea creature from like the fairy tale Ys, or you could think he was a devil, or you could think he was like a nematode, but like whatever, Loch Ness monster. So at a glance you're like, what even is that thing? And then my tattoo has a sailor, but he's a skeleton. I've seen the tattoo version where the sailor's alive and he's not bones. I like that one. I think that one's like less scary, but I definitely love my tattoo. And then Mark gave the woman like a ton of hair. Has a ton of hair. Do you tend to lean towards getting tattoos with meaning or ones that are just visually pleasing, or both? Sometimes, like, a lot of my tattoos don't have deeper meaning, but I definitely like to get tattoos and then attach meaning to them. I think, like, maybe a lot of us do this, where we see a tattoo design, and for whatever reason that we like it, usually there's a reason attached. Like, even though, like, I've never met the devil, you know, I have conflictions with right and wrong, so that's why I was like, alright, like, this tattoo I do like because of my interest in this subject. So I do tend to lean towards tattoos that look good, but I always kind of attach my own meaning to them. And, like, I relate to tattoos in that sense. What you're saying is so important. It is unbelievable how many people think a sense of morality / right comes from some supernatural deity. Yeah, I think it's really interesting. And, you know, I love the phrase, the devil made me do it. I love that shit. I think that's so cool. I love when people say that. It's, like, cool. It's spooky. Lo is great. He lives with Kay. He was at the animal hospital today. He is now spay, neuter, whatever, no fleas, chipped, all that stuff. Would you ever go to Van's Warped Tour? Yes. If I got to hang out with Morgan Joyce all day and eat and not get sunburned, and is it expensive? Someone put me on Van's radar. If you could see any band live that you haven't seen, what would it be? I've never seen Morrissey perform live, and I would do anything to see him. Anything. But all the times I bought tickets for Morrissey shows, he had canceled, so I thought I was cursed. So, I would see Morrissey play live. That's my answer. I know you have videos on stick and poke tattoos, but do you think you might interview a stick and post artist or something with friends about the topic more? I would love to. My friend Alex Valencia does really awesome stick and poke tattoos, but I think if I went to see her, I'd want to hang out and, like, eat burritos. So I think it would be easier to interview a stranger because I won't get distracted, but harder because I won't approach a stranger. I don't know. Tag me in some of your favorite, like, stick and poke artists, because I'd love to get on their radar. Grace neutral. So if you see me fidgeting around, it's because I have to potty. So we are at 2 minutes and 29 minutes. So to make this an even 2.5 hours, Jomi, I just want to say thank you guys so much for coming to the live stream and being open about super chat integrations. I want to do a weekly live chat, like, every Wednesday. We're a day late because everything is a day late, but did I say 2 minutes and 29 minutes? 2 hours and 29 minutes. So this video will be archived, so if you missed the beginning, you can watch it tomorrow. I love you guys so much. Thank you for contributing to the super chat. I will be contacting someone for the giveaway. So if you don't usually check your YouTube messages, I might contact you through there. I think you'll get an email sent to your email that you have a YouTube message, I think. So yeah, give this video a thumbs up right now, I guess. I didn't know that live streams have thumbs up, but apparently they do, so smash that thumb wide open. And yeah, Ethan and I just want to thank you guys so much for all your support and all your contributions to the group chat. I think this is like the fastest moving group chat ever so far, but I tried to read a lot of stuff. Any conflictions about Quick and Pins, hit me up. And yeah, I love you guys so much. Until next time, bye.